Alright, hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, and welcome back to Harvest December. I let out a breath that I didn't realize I had been holding in. This is pretty tiresome. We were busy working the shop again, and it was hard to feel alive when there are so many things to do. Sine was getting crowded again. I heard the loud chattering behind my back. Even so, Sine had given me some time off to rest so I could visit Shiro whenever I wanted. I took the apron off and hung it by the wall. It felt so much better getting back to my usual school uniform. That's not something that I would imagine people saying about school uniforms, but alright. As I sat resting, a group of girls holding cookie bags walked my way. Oh look, it's Konno, the male version. Bummer. Why do you look so disappointed to see me? I don't get it, though. With Konno, the male version? Wasn't he always?
Hey.
Why don't you just give up being a boy? To my horror, the crowd around me began nodding in agreement. I decided to rest somewhere else, far away from these cold-hearted people. Am I going to be enlightened on what exactly that means? Somebody in the comments, tell me what that means. I get the feeling it's something questionable, because this whole story is something questionable. Anyway, I walked towards the stairs to see a table stacked neatly with the pamphlets Mizukami-san had brought before. I didn't have time to read it at the time. That's not a word choice I would have gone with. So I picked one up. I checked the timetable. The copies were fresh, judging from the warmth of the paper. They seemed pretty popular too, since they were reprinted often. Seeing me pick up a copy, somebody else took another one out of curiosity. I had been helping out with the student council for the past week, but that didn't mean I had good knowledge of the shops and attractions. So what now? I realized I didn't have an objective. I felt like a failure since I couldn't think of anything to do. I probably waste time wandering around eating things quietly in secluded places at this rate. I'd probably waste my time wandering around and eating things quietly in secluded places at this rate. That's it! Food. I needed food. I walked towards the nearest restaurant I could find. Since Tagami had a lot of farmers, many classes decided to open food shops during the festival. I was bound to find something. Thanks to Towada's sponsorship, there were serious restaurants and glamorous lounges that looked like there would be seasoned bartenders that could talk about unusual life experiences. I stopped before a bar and listened by the door. In this world, there are 3 types of professions that require extreme loyalty. There really was a chatty bartender inside. I think I'll pass this place. Ignoring the bar, I decided to visit the nearest cafe according to the guidebook. Something light would be good. Eating something heavy would probably make me feel uncomfortable later when I was waited at tables. The cafe would have something like pancakes and cookies. Following the directions of the map, I walked straight forward past until the 2nd floor corridor. Or at least I tried. Fighting my way through the crowd, every 10 steps I took gained me 5 flyers. When I finally reached my destination... This is supposed to be the maid cafe. Uh-oh. I looked around to imagine what images the words maid cafe would generate. Colorful costumes, overly decorated and historically inaccurate interior, fancy objects. At least they tried. There was a huge eye-catching poster painted on the entire exterior wall that advertised the cafe. That alone was typical of a maid cafe, except it was written in traditional calligraphy. The type that human national treasures wrote with brushes the size of basketball players. No wonder there aren't any customers. I had assumed a maid cafe would attract customers, but with a poster like that, the advertisement looked more like a warning to ward off evil in Asian temples. Turn back, something told me in my mind. Curiosity got the better of me. Because, this is Masaki Konno, and curiosity always gets the better of him. Throughout the history of mankind, great things were often done by oppressing instinctive fear and putting logic and rationality on priority. I was just going to do the same, I reasoned with myself. Ha ha ha, surely I won't get killed in there. I laughed lightly, pretending to be the carefree gentleman. I slid open the door. Well now, welcome home, master. Holy crap! I closed the door. Hey, don't run away! But I was stopped. A small hand shot out under mine to prevent the door from closing. Come on, enter heaven. Even heaven wouldn't provide so many beauties in one place. What are you doing in here, Mom? Being a maid in the maid cafe, of course. You say it like that's the normal thing to do. Just come. Whoa! I was forced in. Welcome home, master. This is Mami-chan, Mashiro, Dakaminaka, Mayoi, and Kasumi stood in 2 lines side by side, bowing deeply. Yumi's cooking in the back. I think I'm going to faint. So? Mashiro struck a pose. So what? I replied dumbly. I'm asking you if I look good in this costume. Dr. Manaka, I think you should stop standing with your legs wide apart before I pass judgment. This is why I find these professions so hard. The customer is never happy. There are bigger problems than standing properly, I'm sure. It took me ages to invent my new maid costume machine, made for maids. It might have been faster just sewing them by hand. So how do I look? Give me your honest opinion. I think you should consider your age. You said give me an honest opinion. I think you should consider your life. Well, all of you look great, so beautiful. Being obviously lied to annoys me too. You're so hard to please. Here, eat your heart out. I stared at the dishes laid out on the table. They look awfully familiar. The food was exactly the same as what I had been serving the customers less than a half an hour ago. But of course, Sanae is my daughter, Yumi yelled from the kitchen. I thought this was a cafe. Didn't you read the signboard outside? It said Japanese style. I must have been an idiot. No, wait. Using common sense, a cafe wasn't some place that served raw fish, was it? I wanted to believe I was right. I was hoping for something sweet. Well then, suck on a sugar cube. Works perfectly as rations too when you lose all your money at the horse races. It was the worst kind of advice I had heard in a long while. Shouldn't you cater to your customers' needs? You're mean. Stop asking for candy, Yumi scoffed. If we had to answer your needs, wouldn't that mean we'd have to take your clothes off? Dr. Manaka said as she crossed her arms before her. Men, I was expecting a frilly, vomit-inducing, syrupy, subservient behavior for girls. You should be executed for your disgusting ideas, Kasumi spat. That goes against everything a maid cafe is supposed to be. I gave up. I gave up too. Fortune-telling 1. Okay. Kohai Toyama took off his apron and walked out of the makeshift shop. He felt liberated in the sense that this time he was on a real break, unlike in the afternoon when he had to patrol. Although I don't have a clue where I should go. Because he had concentrated so much on Sanae's shop, he couldn't even remember what his class was doing. Since he had patrolled the shop, he'd seen the attractions already, so that killed the excitement somewhat. Since he had patrolled the school, he had seen the attractions already, so that killed the excitement somewhat. Alright, besides, I wouldn't know what to do if I bump into Sakura. I know you want to see her. I know you went to see her. Sanae pouted as she leaned against the door. She asked if I could visit her classroom shop. I had no reason to decline. I'm not complaining? Well then, don't give me the stink eye. Don't you have to tend shop? Well, I've made enough to keep it going for a while and stop taking orders for the things that need to be made fresh. I also asked Masaki-kun to take care of the things for a while. I thought you were all about profit. Hey, what do you think I am? She pulled on his arm, making him stumble a little. It's my last cultural festival. I want to walk around too. Oh yeah, of course. Grr. You should notice things like that without my mentioning it. Sanae pouted as she pulled Kohai along. I was thinking about enjoying the festival with you the entire time. Really? Kohai couldn't help himself. He grinned from ear to ear. You patrolled the area this afternoon, didn't you? Do you have any recommendations? There's that one shop over there that sells Russian roulette crepe. Russian what? Guaranteed to fascinate. His eyes met Sakura's. But not guaranteed to satisfy your palate. You aren't suggesting we go eat there, are you? Kohai, what's wrong? Nothing. Kohai pulled Sanae away from the area. He felt if he didn't get away soon, he would confess to her everything. Confess something to her, anyway. Sanae stopped at the concentrating. I'm not concentrating. Sanae stopped at the connecting corridor. The other building has temp shops from outside, right? Yeah, there's a fortune teller there too. Kohai remembered. Fortune telling. He realized what he had just done. You want to go? He glanced at Sanae. Her expression said everything. The rumors spread quickly. The fortune teller had gained quite a reputation from judging from the line. Unbelievable. The geography room on the top floor was where the fortune teller's booth was set up, but there was a long line that wound halfway down the stairwell. Just lining up would take up our entire break time. Let's go somewhere else. Crunch. Don't grab hold of my neck like that. What if it breaks? I think you should fix your head upright. Kohai. It's bent at a funny angle. Great. Just great. Kohai cradled his face with both of his hands and straightened his neck with a resounding crack. You're getting tough. Thanks to you. You're welcome. She looked so excited to get her fortune told, Tsunade didn't even notice his sarcasm. The line moved faster than Kohai had anticipated. The fortune teller didn't take her time. Soon, a girl that walked in not so long ago walked out with a spring in her step. She must have heard what she wanted to hear because she didn't bother concealing the smile on her face. Oh. The girl walked past Kohai and Tsunade and promptly stopped. Halfway down the stairs, a boy looked up at her. Miyata-kun. There you are, Suzuki. We're out of flour, so I thought I'd ask you if you'd mind coming to buy some with me. Why me? Huh? Because you're the one that knows stuff about cooking. I'm clueless as to which type to buy, so I thought I'd ask for your help. Are you busy? No, not at all. Cool. I've got the money here, so let's go. The boy called Miyata turned away embarrassedly and quickly shuffled down the stairs. The girl, Suzuki, looked dazed for a moment before she gathered herself and ran after him. Halfway down, she turned around the line and hooted. Yes! She fisted the air in victory. Everyone cheered. Wow, I am so looking forward to this, Sine said excitedly. Yeah. Sine was looking hopeful. As for Kohai, something heavy settled in the pit of his stomach. It was obvious the fortune teller had decided to set up the booth quite suddenly because the interior of the room was quite plain. It was a simple, bare classroom with heavy curtains. In each corner of the room was a fire. On closer inspection, they realized there were alcohol lamps borrowed from the science lab. Everything had a surreal effect, however, perhaps because there was a god waiting in the middle of the room. Welcome! I suppose you two are here for a miracle as well? Propping her chin up on her knuckles, sitting by a simple school desk, Mikami sat waiting with a wry smile on her face. You're Shiro-sama's friend, right? The strange thing about being in the dark was that it made you want to lower your voice. Sune asked her question cautiously in a whisper. You know the god of Tagami? Correct. What did you mean when you asked if we were here for a miracle? I thought we would get our fortune read. Well, it's not a reputation I asked for, but I'm known to foresee miracles instead. What difference is there? I'm a god. I don't read the future. I make the future. Oh. Think about this. What kind of god needs fortunes to be told? Then, just now... Sune turned towards the door. She was still thinking about the girl, Suzuki. The girl wanted a miracle instantaneously. Wait a minute. Isn't that a bit too convenient? Do your miracles just provide people that wish you with anything they wish for? I only plant a seed. Whether it grows or what kind of flower will grow from it depends. That way, any seed is affected by the earth, water, and air. It will take shape according to how the environment fits it. The larger your ambitions are, the more people may get involved. I don't like this. You sound just like Masaki. He's been a great influence on me. I have another question. Ask away. How are miracles associated with time, Mikami-sama? Mikami widened her eyes, intrigued. As I said, the larger your ambitions are, the greater your wishes, the more people may be involved. However, it is rare that a large miracle will happen immediately. Because large miracles take time. Think of the lotus seeds that slept for 1,000 years in the mud. If it had not endured the trial of time, it would not have bloomed so grandly. Time. So when do you want your miracle to occur? Time? In winter. In winter. There was no question about it. Answering in unison, too. Very impressive. Mikami leaned forward to study both their faces. Her eyes shimmered gold, glowing so bright the lamps in the room faded in comparison. They darted left and right at terrifying speed. Her eyes reflected a boy and a girl. Not in a classroom, but out in the open. It was Sune and Kohai standing in a winter field. The background was white. Snow. Then a stain of red. What was that? Granted. Huh? Your wishes will be granted. Is that so? Wait for winter, Mikami smiled. Sune smiled back in response. Kohai felt fear wrap itself around his heart. Fortune telling 2! I'm gonna leave this off here, so... I need water. As usual, my name is Dragonite. I hope you all enjoy that, and I will see you all later.